Hey guys, yeah, I wanted to come on here because I'm about to give you, as the title probably says down below, an October updated room tour. Now I know you're probably thinking or probably saying to yourself, oh Brian, it's probably not been that updated, not much has changed. And you might be right, but this update is kind of a update that shows you that the room has been touched up a little bit. And what I mean by touched up, in other words, is there have been some changes. Not significant ones, but some that make it feel a little bit more roomier when you enter. In other words, a little bit more organized, not so cluttered, if you will. So with that said, guys, let's take a look at the updated touched up room in this October updated version of my room with this room tour, if that made any sense by saying it. So let's take a look, shall we? Okay guys, so like I said, this is a bit of a updated October 2020 updated room tour. Like I mentioned in the intro, you're probably going to say it's not touched up that much, but you know, you'd be surprised. It is a little bit more roomier, a little bit more organized, not so cluttered, and you can actually see things a lot better and actually identify certain things like movies and stuff that you would probably want to see, or I'd want to see in the future. So without further ado, guys, let me open the door and let's get this room tour started. Okay, so the first thing you'll probably notice is not much has changed here or anything. You know, still got the poster down there and everything, but as we enter, oh look at that right there, if you can see it. That is my Guardians of Harmony Celestia and Nightmare Moon / Luna. Those are the ones I got several years ago, when they started bringing out the updated Guardians of Harmony line. And I've moved them over to here because of what I did, and you're about to see that in a moment. So again, everything else, as you could probably see, looks about the same. Aim and everything. You know, it looks about the same. Not much looks like it's changed, right? But as I turn on my computer there, you know, it just goes into sleep mode. But as I lift this up and make sure you guys can see that. Okay, just making sure you guys can see that. As you could see, oh, look at that. That is a shelf. Now, that's a new addition to the room. Now you might say, well, where did the other shelves go? I'll show you that in a minute. But this is a shelf that we've actually had before. This was actually in my mom's room at one point, but she actually has a shelf in there right now. But this was, I think this was at one point in my mom's room or the rec room, one of them, when we lived in Patterson. And I was thinking for a while, I was thinking about, kind of cleaning things up a little bit. The original plan, basically, and it's still kind of in the works, is to basically get a bigger shelf thing for TVs and stuff. But basically a bigger version of that, if you will, so that if I eventually down the line get like a bigger TV and put it here, it makes more room. But this right now actually is pretty nice because it does give a little bit more room for me to walk around, and it actually provides more of a place to put my movies that I had that were right here. Now I can just reach for them right here. I may have to move a few things to get to certain ones if I want them, but yeah, I can actually easily reach my movies right now better than I could before. So yeah, I could do that. And as you could see, I took the video game display here, and that used to be up here on the other shelves, and I put them down here for right now because I think it'll be easier for me to access, like when I want to pull a game out and everything, stuff like that. I'll probably find another place to put it eventually, but for right now it's good right there. And just in case you're wondering, when I get ready to sleep, all I have to do is just put the plushes down just like I did before, and it gives a little bit more room to do it. Because that's what I do. I take my plushes here, except for a few of them, and I take these, and I take all the small ones, including the big Sonic one, and I place them on the floor, so now I got a little bit more room to do that. And I still will put like Sally and this Sonic and Judy and Blaze up there before I, you know, hit the sack and all that, so I can have my bed back, so I can have my bed back for the night. And as you can also see here, I've added a few more plushes. These are out of the closet. Like here, that's a Pirate Pinky, Pirate Twilight, and then a little Twilight right there. So got those added in as well. I think you can see that. Hold on. Yeah, just making sure you guys can see. And my head's kind of getting tightened up here. I don't know why when I wear this, but anyway, getting back to what I was saying. Basically down there they're added in. And then over here, of course, you know, things have changed up. Like this had a little rocking room at first, and it was just that. It was just a karaoke machine. Now I could still get to this area. I could still get to this area and try to get to like some books now, because I got a little bit more room to do that. I can get to some books, and these are all the books I have down here that I can still get access to. And then over here, this here is probably the biggest one right here. This is all the big boxes that still have figures in them, like my Transformers and My Little Pony. The Transformer ones are actually out of from the closet, so I brought them out. So if I want to like take them out of the box and review them down the line, I can now without digging into the closet. And then here we also have the same thing with the ponies. I know you're probably thinking it makes it a little bit more difficult, just as difficult. Well, not necessarily, because I have it figured out to where all I have to do is just take them down and then put them back when I'm done. It's a lot easier than digging through there. But yeah, that's basically what I've done here. And as you can see, I've also put a lot of my game controllers and stuff down there, including my fight stick. And then basically right here is all my Funko figures, most of them. I mean, I still have Mod right there, and of course I have Derpy Muffins right here. But a majority of them are right here, and you can kind of, now you'll probably notice they're a little dusty. You have to dust them off and all that, but yeah, that's all of them. That's a majority of them, along with, like I said, Mod and Muffins as well. So pretty cool. I have those all there. And now I can even have an easier way of getting to my movies here and seeing what I have, and even make it easier to like pull some stuff out like this and see like what I have under there. So that's pretty cool. Some of them I still have to label, and as you can see, like I said, I can pull this out and make it a lot easier. But like I said, some I still have to label to identify them, which is those blank cases. Sorry about that. I had to take the camera off again and take the headset off again. Okay, so yeah, I did that. So those are some of the things I did, and it also a little bit more roomier in the game section. You might notice some systems are missing, but they're not. They're actually over here, and that is the sorry about that. That is the PlayStation and the Dreamcast that are over here, along with some the controllers for the top loader NES and the Super Nintendo, original Super Nintendo. So yeah, all that. So that's pretty cool. That's good. Look, makes it look a little bit more organized, still less cluttery, if you will. And then over here, as we open this, you will see that this side got a little bit more busier, a little bit more clutterier, if you will. But I figured, you know what, this had a little bit more space to put stuff in, so I went in this direction and did that. Now I know you're thinking if I take stuff out, it's going to kind of affect it a little bit. Not necessarily, as you could just see that moved a little bit, so I don't think it'll affect it too much. You know, if it does, I'll just fix it. It's a lot easier to fix. But yeah, you can definitely see it's a little bit better. And, you know, so that's pretty cool. And then on this side, of course, I have my Dakimakuras, if you will, right here. My Dakimakuras. And then underneath, if you will, I don't know if you can really see that, we have movies here And we have some MLP figures here, including my Guardians of Harmonies, Discord, and Crystallis. And some of my MLP figures right there. The ones that I could just put back, I'll bring out if I want to. And it's not the first time, of course, that I have my MLP stuff stored in my closet, as you can see up there. Now you're probably wondering, as I try to adjust this a little bit, you're probably wondering why are there, why are the movies in there, on top of the shelf with on the top shelf, on top of that shelf with the pony figures, and then on the other shelf. Well, the original plan was, well, as crazy as it sounds, was I was actually going to have all these Funko figures. I was actually going to have all these Funko figures stored in the closet along with the other figures. And, I had a bunch of movies that went up to like here. But then I figured, well, what if my family comes in and they notice all the movies on top? They're going to think it's cluttered and everything. And honestly, for me, if I want to look at certain movies, it'd be a little hard. It wouldn't be too hard, but it'd be like a little tricky and everything to get them. So what I did, like I said, basically, ladies and gentlemen, is I basically put them over here in this section, and basically on top of there, if I can get you guys to see, on top of there, basically that's what I did to kind of rearrange, to kind of make it a little easier for me if I want to get a figure out and a movie out and everything. And then over here I put my Moon Racer and my Megatron, one of the versions of Megatron.